live?
You're live.
Okay, hello, welcome. Today, Becky was going to be here and meet our great friend, Tim Stump. He's amazing, and he is the first man to be on our creative team. He's on the app creative team, and we're so excited. He's visiting from North Carolina and in town and had to come by the office. Becky's home with a sick child today, and she's super bummed that she's not here.
Okay,
So, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like she said, I'm from North Carolina. I live in Charlotte. I'm originally from Branson, Missouri, and I moved to northern North Carolina and lived there about 2 years, and then moved down south to Charlotte. I decided to become a teacher. So I'm currently in grad school at University of North Carolina, Charlotte, and teaching at CMS, and I'm finishing up my student teaching now in 4th grade, and I'm ready to have my own classroom next year.
That's exciting.
Yes.
4th grade, that's like the most fun too.
It's, crazy times. Every day is something
They
new.
say stuff all the time.
But we were just talking back there, and like 4th grade, they come in like loving you because they're young 3rd graders, and then they go in after winter break, and they come back and they're getting a little feisty, and I'm really glad it's spring break, to put it that way.
Yeah,
so.
you needed a break.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Now you're live on Facebook.
Right, yeah, no pressure. It's
So relaxing.
That like 6-hour drive to northern Arizona today is just going to be like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
no,
it's
it's
so
gonna be
beautiful
good.
up there. The
I'm
weather will be
excited.
perfect.
Yes.
Because it's getting hot down here.
we're noticing.
Yeah, it's hot. So, whew. Anyway,
You can point out your other guests.
oh, can you see the other guest?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
good.
Buckley's here. This is Race's so cute dog. Like, he is the cutest dog ever invented. Whoever invented this dog.
The sweetest.
Curly, doesn't shed, and he's got the most
Just chilling.
sweet temperament. Race, what kind of dog is he?
He's a Wheaton Terrier.
A Wheaton, a Wheaton
Yes,
Terrier.
thank you.
Perfect.
I'm sure people want
Future
to know.
reference.
They'll want one. You want one.
No, but actually, we do.
I know, he's so sweet. Okay, so Becky gave us some questions.
Perfect.
And I'm going to ask them to you. We already
Right
asked where you live.
Right, we're
North
good.
Carolina. You teach 4th grade.
Mhm.
We already know that. We asked that. What else do you enjoy doing besides memory keeping?
Oh goodness. So I hate this question because I always feel like I'm like the most boring person ever when I get asked this.
No.
But so I like to go hiking. I like outdoor stuff, which I'm super excited about Arizona for those
Yes.
reasons. Lots of cool stuff to see. Just hanging out with friends. Family time is super important to me. My aunt's here with me today, and she lives real close, about 15 minutes away. Before I lived in Missouri and she lived in Florida, so we didn't get to see each other but like twice a year. So being 15 minutes away and getting to drive to her house and hang out with her, my uncle, and my 3 cousins is really awesome. A lot of that, just hanging out with friends. I like to window shop a lot. Becky posts pictures
Okay.
of stuff, and I'm like, that's totally me too. But yeah, I tend to not buy as much because, that teacher salary. But
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
But no, I just love, hanging out with friends, family, being outdoors, hammocking, putting my hammock up somewhere, and just
Well, you are
relaxing
in the
when I
perfect place
can.
for outdoors.
I know, and I wish I
So
would
try to find 2 trees.
I
for
know,
a
right?
hammock. I don't know if that's going to
I
happen.
don't know about hanging my hammock on,
Two
2
cactus.
cactus.
Cacti.
And,
Yeah. You maybe up north. If you're going up north, that'll be good.
There we go.
You got to stop in Sedona.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yes.
are.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
on
We got a
this.
couple
So
We
days
talked
also.
about that.
Yeah, I text Tony. I'm like, where should we stay?
Oh, it's so gorgeous there.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, and
so.
you also love Disneyland.
I do. I can definitely talk to that. So,
Oh,
You can talk
I love
straight.
And a
well,
lot of our
Disney-
people love Disneyland.
Disney World. Being out here is weird because I've only been to California twice. It's the only times I've been west, so this
Oh.
is my now 3rd time.
Wow.
Once when I was really little, we did Disneyland and San Diego Zoo and all that, but I don't really remember. I was probably 6 or so. So I'm excited for that. But Disney World, I've been 3 times in the past year now, and I have some friends. Actually, a Project Lifer that I met last time I was there is trying to get me to come down to see Becky again in a couple weeks, I think. In
Oh, yeah.
May, maybe.
Wow.
She'll be
Yeah.
there too.
Oh, well, there we go. Well, they're trying to get me to
Yeah,
come.
oh, yeah,
so
I'll be there.
I might be making the 8-hour drive just to see you again, so we'll
Well,
see.
good.
But,
Well,
right?
I'm getting some medicine to take while I'm on that long plane trip.
It happens.
Because I
understand
get a little
that.
nervous on the
I
plane.
did that last night, so I feel you.
Good.
Yeah. But no, so I go as much as I can. Now that I live in North Carolina, it's a lot easier to get there than when I was in Missouri. It's now
Yeah.
an 8-hour drive,
Yeah,
which is
that's
like
nice.
18 hours.
Oh, wow.
But I go as much as I can, and the big thing with that is I grew up going there, and so it's family time to me more than anything, which I said is super important. It's also, my mom's gonna be like, the one place where my parents always hold hands. And
Aw,
so I
that's
see
the
that,
sweetest.
right? I know. So
You need to go to Disneyland.
right, So between just being there with my family and getting to see that every time, it's very special to me. I have 3 Disney tattoos, so
what? You are such a rebel.
I have 7 tattoos, right? Like, who knew? I know.
Do your students know that?
They
You
know
have Mickey
some
Mouse.
of
Is
them.
it Mickey?
I do. I have Mickey Mouse right here on my ankle,
Oh my gosh.
and then I have Peter Pan on this
Oh,
side.
oh,
Yeah.
and I'm Wendy.
It's perfect.
Oh my
Now we
gosh,
have
that's
good pictures.
awesome.
And I also have the quote, "Keep moving forward," which if you've seen Meet the Robinsons.
Oh
it's
yeah, I
amazing.
love them.
Yeah,
That's
so
such a great
it's
movie.
part of a Walt Disney quote. So yeah, I got my 3
Wow,
Disney
he's
tats.
a dedicated fan. Carrie, beat that.
Right? No pressure.
Wait, what?
He has his Disney love tattooed on his body.
You just took one of my arms.
Oh, Carrie's are hidden, she said. So. Okay, let's see. Next question. Tell us about your background with memory keeping. How have you kept track?
So I have some really awful scrapbooks from a long time ago
we
when
all.
I was like maybe 10 or something. It was actually one of my aunt's kids, one of my cousins. I scrapbooked her birthday. I don't remember what
It's
birthday.
her 6th birthday.
Her 6th birthday. So I don't do the math. I was
17.
little too.
Yeah.
So I have those somewhere stashed away, and they just stay stashed away because no one needs to see
But
them.
that's awesome when you were that young. Because
Right,
you wanted
yeah.
to do that.
Right, and a lot of that inspiration came from my aunt. Actually, she's the one that got me into Project Life. So I was in college, I think my junior year of undergrad, so like 2012, somewhere in there. And she got me my first core kit and sent it to me. It was
Wow.
Cobalt.
That's a good kid.
Right? And so she sent it to me in the mail, and that was when I started. It was like halfway through the year, but I was super excited. And I remember I tweeted Becky a picture, and she replied to my tweet. I was like, oh my god! It was all destined to be.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
so.
remember that. I remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I think we talked about
I
it.
also sort of wanted where I took my core kit and I buckled it with a seatbelt in
Yes!
the front seat of my car,
Yes!
and I definitely tweeted that. And I
Yes.
think she like retweeted or something.
Just
Yes.
so
Yeah.
you know,
I
we're not
remember.
super active on the Twitter.
Yeah.
We're trying to get
That's
better about
okay.
that.
No, I'm literally never on Twitter anymore either.
Okay, good.
Like I just can't handle it. It's too much social media for me, and
Yeah.
that's the one that got cut for me. But no, that all happened back in the day. So when I first started, but that was when I really got into Project Life, and so yeah, like I said, those ones are stashed away somewhere, and the Project Life ones are kept.
So you're not cutting out every picture around your
I'm not,
person.
no. And that was back in the day of like the zigzag scissors, you know, and you like
yeah.
cut them, and yeah, I had that
Fine.
somewhere. But yeah, those days are long gone, and I'm very thankful for that.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just looking the other night for some pictures of when I graduated,
Right.
and I had used the scallop scissors
Right.
and everything. I'm like, what
Right.
did I do? I totally ruined these
I know.
photos. Anyway, so then you found Project Life because of
I
your
did.
aunt.
So yeah, so then I started using Project Life. I documented, I think, the last half of 2012, and then I did physical 2013-ish. I won't lie, like I don't think any of my physical albums are actually finished because it just
Mine either.
between well, I was an undergrad at the same time, and like there was a lot going on. And so between just so much going on, especially in my young adult life, I didn't quite have the time and the means to get it all done. But it's funny, and I think I tweeted this at Becky too, or somehow told her. It was in my testimony when I did that a while back.
Oh, yeah.
I moved to North Carolina and I worked at a camp. Well, when I did that, I was a counselor my first summer there, so I was like living in a cabin with kids, and then I stayed on as an outdoor educator, and at that point I lived with 2 roommates in a cabin. I just didn't have time, one, and I didn't have space for a physical product anymore.
Right.
And so I just was like, I can't do this. Well, it was like literally right at that time when she came out with the app.
So
I was
amazing.
like, oh my gosh, but I mean, Becky just knows my life, I think, is what it is. And just following me along. So I like to think that she created the app for me, but
really for herself because she needed a way, but she knew everybody else would need it too. So.
No, I'm just playing, but it worked out perfectly because then it became, well, now I can do this on my phone in the palm of my hand versus having all the physical product.
No,
And
it's so
don't get me wrong, I love the physical product. I love just that actual process of getting to do that. It's almost like therapeutic for me. But but I just didn't have the time and the space anymore. So being able to do it in the palm of my hand then, and not having to worry about the card kits and all that, and just being able to keep up with it really easily, it just became so much easier, and didn't have to worry about space and all that
So have you
stuff.
ordered pages from the app yet?
So I haven't yet, and that's one of those things where I'm like, why have I not done
He's
this?
going to do that.
I know. Part of it is I'm like the whole poor teacher thing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
hey mom, like, hey mom, I know you're watching. So
If you want to see my book, you
Right,
might
yeah. But no, I want to very badly, and I have like albums laid out, you know, with on my computer and stuff that are waiting to be printed. I just haven't had.
And everything's backed up?
It is, yes. I
Please
have
back up
external
your
hard drive on my MacBook, like it's, yeah.
Okay,
They're
good.
safely kept, Dropbox, like.
And we occasionally have a sale on the app print.
No, I know.
And we'll let you know. We'll
Right,
send you
definitely.
an email in our email, and it'll be all over social media a couple weeks beforehand, so you have time to get your pages.
Yes.
Don't know when that's going to be, but it will happen again.
Oh, be on the lookout.
Yeah.
But yeah, between looking for buying teacher supplies and this, that, and the other, yeah. But no, I'm very excited to have them printed, and just, I'm excited about the app too, because I can just buy the 12 by 12, slide them in, or even order the
It's
book
so
now.
nice.
Like, yeah, no, it's gotten easier and easier, and I'm excited about that. So
Well,
I'm
good.
a minimalist when it comes to that.
Well, and the app is all about that.
Oh
so.
yeah, no, I love it.
Okay, so what are your favorite things to document?
Okay, so being a 20-something and being in grad school and teaching, my life is kind of very the same every day, and like you kind of document those things once and then you're done. I mean, I've done a page for my classroom, I've done a page about my city I live in, and so it's like, okay, well, what do I document? So I don't necessarily shoot for documenting my everyday, just because it is very much the same, and you know, as fun as it is to look at a book of the same pictures over and over. I look more for like, okay, what are some like themes that I can come up with to document, or those small moments, you know, that we tend to want to remember. And so if I go out with friends or something, go to the park, I might take some pictures there and try to document that. If something like, you know, obviously this trip will be a big thing that I document. My trip to Disney World, I think Becky posted that, so I documented that.
Yeah, and let me say, he documents well. He takes beautiful photographs, and that's why he ended up on our creative team.
I appreciate
You have great
that.
pictures.
It's something I've strived to work harder at and get better at, so I'm excited to hear that. That means a lot.
Yeah, I love your pages.
Thank
so.
you. But yeah, and then just things like one of the things we brainstormed, my aunt and I, she kind of helps me out, is like a gratitude page. That's something I want to do. So I actually just recently made one for my mom, and I'm very grateful for her. And so I made a page just dedicated to her. The one that Becky posted recently of my city, of Charlotte, and just the reasons I love Charlotte. You know, I love that I can walk downtown and be amongst skyscrapers, because growing up in Branson, Missouri, that's not a thing that I could do ever. But at the same time, you know, I told you I love nature and hiking.
Yeah.
Like, there's all those opportunities too. We have a lot of beautiful parks, and so just finding those small things that maybe we don't always think to document, and more so focusing on that, is more the way I go, because my everyday is kind of becomes mundane a little bit. So
I think that's really wise, because
I love
it's
it.
mundane to you, but it will also be mundane
Right.
to someone who's looking at the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so they won't care that your year is,
Right.
because you're going to do a year or whatever at a time, or an event, and then all of that is going to make up your album.
Exactly, and if it happens to be a bigger event, then you know I like smaller 8x8 albums, things like that. But as far as just like my whole year goes, like to me, like I don't feel like it needs to be in any particular order. You know, chronologically, yes. If there's an event I do in January and then something I do in May, like that's going to be in order.
Right.
But as far as, you know, here's a page about my city, here's a page about my mom. Like,
it doesn't matter.
It's all there because it's my life still, you know, and it's still me documenting my life, just not in a everyday sense. So yeah,
and
that's
all those
more of my
memories are
approach.
there when you go back to look. It doesn't matter where they're at.
Right, as long as they're there, and that's my
Right.
big thing. As long as I can get it done and it's there, that's more important to me than me having like a specific system of like, you know, this month, this week, and I think that's great. And I think one day when I have, you know, a family of my own, that'll be more the way I go. But for right now, as a 20-something, this is what works for me.
It's going to be all parties.
Right, yeah. I'm crazy.
That's what us old married people with lots of kids think.
My roommate and I go to bed at like 8:30 every night. Nope.
I go to bed that early too if
It's
I can.
fine.
Okay, so let's see. Do you have any advice for someone who doesn't know where to start?
So it's funny you say that, because I've actually, since I've been on the creative team, had some people reach out to me, which has been amazing. It's probably my favorite part of being on the team, is just having people that are like, hey, what is this? And I actually had someone in Germany reach out to me that was like, what is this thing that you're doing? And so
That's
getting
cool.
to tell them, no, it was amazing. But
meeting friends with
right?
Project Life.
No, I totally am. And then I met my buddy Carl down at Disney World, who does
yeah.
Project Life. And he already knew
That's
what
so
it was,
great.
but yeah, getting to do that. But as far as just giving advice, I'd say don't worry too much about what it is you're documenting, because as long as you're putting something in, like you're documenting, you know what I mean? Like, you don't, it doesn't have to be a specific way. It doesn't I'm on the creative team, and I know people look at my pages for inspiration, which is beyond my wildest dreams. I never thought that's a thing that would happen.
That's so cool.
But, just because I do it this way doesn't mean you have to. Just because...
Right. Whatever works for you. Becky's always saying that.
Exactly.
People want to know exactly what she's doing, but what it comes down to is really what works for you.
Right. And, I spend a ton of time editing my photos because that's something that's important to me, and it's something I like to do. That doesn't mean you have to do that.
No,
if you just want to snap pictures of your family, your friends, whatever, and stick them in there, that's awesome. You've now documented life. I mean,
and the Project Life pages that he does, and then we have our Project Life pages on Instagram. When you go in, your page that had the playground with the tires.
I
love.
Oh, here's the cool part about that. Those tires are gone now.
Oh, they are?
A
I'm so
month
glad you
after I
documented
took
that
picture, they replaced those tires with some plastic dinosaur-looking thing, which is still cool to crawl on, but it's not as fun as the tires by any means. But I'm so happy I did that because we went back and where did the tires go? I really want to print that picture out and go hold it up and take a picture of it.
You need to, and then hashtag.
Right.
Oh
no, definitely. But as long as you're documenting, and everybody has a different system, and so that's my advice: is to do what works best for you. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Do you have any other questions, Tony?
No. Actually, somebody asked. Somebody said it was funny. Wanted to know if he might fit into Becky's old pants like Reese did.
Oh, no. I don't know that we need to find that out, but
possibly. They're like the traveling. What's it called? The sisterhood.
Traveling pants.
Where they kind of fit everybody.
Right. They become the brotherhood if it's Race and I.
Bros and sisters.
I don't know. This could be a good bonding moment for Race and I don't know.
No, Ireland was very excited to see Buckley on film.
Oh yeah, he's such a good dog. Okay, so, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
I more than anything just have fun with it and enjoy Project Life. I'm very honored to have gotten the opportunity to be on this team and to just share, with people. It's been amazing, and having people reach out to me because of it. One other thing I do feel like I need to say.
Okay, please do.
Megan Houghton, I know she's watching, and I told her I'd give her a shout out. Her and I, and a big thanks to Becky, have become best friends. Well, she's in Wisconsin and I'm in North Carolina, so it's a lot of texting. But she's incredible, and we've gotten along so well.
Oh, that's so awesome. Because of Project Life?
Because of Project Life.
That's so great.
So to have that friendship form.
What's her name?
Megan Houghton.
What does she go by on Facebook?
Megan Elizabeth.
She's on right now.
She's been texting me all morning.
Yes.
What's going on?
Hi, Megan.
If you're a lonely person, do Project Life. You'll find friends.
You'll find friends. It's perfect.
Or if you just need more friends.
Right?
Yeah, I know. Germany, Wisconsin.
Right. No, it's been incredible. So to have this experience has been beyond me.
Well, that's great. So the last question that Becky has.
Yes.
Is it true? Does Wendy really smell good? Can you smell me?
Yes. I'm impressed.
I'm clean! Yay! I'm washed. No.
But the real question is, do I?
Yeah, you do smell good.
Oh, good.
And you look sharp.
Right. I appreciate
You got
it.
some sharp.
I was going for some Easter colors today.
It's very Easter.
Also, this is my go-to shirt because I feel like I look good in this. I don't know. I should
You
ask
look
all the
good.
ladies in the office.
Yeah, or just out in Facebook Live land.
Right. This is my go-to.
He wants to know if he looks good.
That could have been a mistake.
And if you don't think he does, just don't comment.
Just don't know.
Yes. There's people on social media
there's no dislike button on there, right?
We'll clean that up. Anyway, well, thank you for coming. We're so excited that we got to meet you.
Absolutely.
First guy to be doing Project Life on our creative team, and he's doing amazing. So, have a great day.
Oh, someone said, Sarah says she loves your shirt.
Oh, good.
Yay, validation! Great shirt. Thank you. Goodbye.